What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the After Chat. Just remember, if you get in fights on the air on HF, like this guy was, people will record you and eventually send it to me, and if I have time, I'll eventually make a song about it. Senpai, notice me. Cheers. Okay. All right, everybody, pretend like nothing happened. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course After Chat. This is your chance to ask us in the Discord any questions you have regarding ham radio. Links in the description to join us in the After Chat. I'm going to hop over there right now and say hi to all my friends, and we'll just get started in the fun. We've been running too long as it is, screwing around with all kinds of stuff. So let's dive in. Do we even have any? Oh my God, we got a lot of people in the After Chat. You guys all hung around? I can't believe it. Let's say hi.
Lived in California was Tracy, just on the other side of Livermore. And when I first bought that house, summertime, it's 100 degrees or better. But one day I walked outside and did not realize that my swimming pool had 4 inches of ice on it. I had to go out there and bust it up with a sledgehammer so it did not expand enough where it busted up the swimming pool itself. So
Hi, Josh.
It
Hey.
does.
Hi, Josh.
How's it going?
You get all your video worked out there?
I don't know, man. All I did was restart, and the problem went away. So there's something OBS needs to do an update. They need to do an update quick because this is like something that happened with the recent update. But anyway, guys, here we go. Welcome to the After Chats. Thanks so much for coming out, hanging out, doing the things, all that fun stuff that you do. So thanks for being here. So what we like to do, it's real simple how we kick this off. If you are new to the After Chat, new to Discord, new to the After Chat, one, we'd love it if you came forward and said hi, introduce yourself, and if you have a ham radio question, this is your opportunity. Let's hear it. If you got a question, bring them forward. So anybody here, new for the first time, would like to ask a question or anything along those lines, or just say hi, come forward now, please. All right, so nobody new. Everybody is old. That sounds like ham radio. Just kidding. All right, so let's just go up real fast. Is there any?
My wife says that.
Yeah, right. Is there any quick questions anybody has, regardless if you're new or old? Doesn't matter. Go for it. Let's take some questions right off the bat. Whoa! No questions. Everybody's good. That's awesome. Is there anybody?
I have one real fast.
Go ahead.
If we can answer it, has anybody built a Yagi out of like 20-meter ham sticks or anything like that?
A Yagi, I have not. A dipole, absolutely.
I've seen plans for him. There's some plans online about it, and it doesn't look that hard.
Yeah, I've been looking at it, and I have the dipole mount. I think I'm just going to buy a duplicate set and make a 20-meter 2-element Yagi. All right, I was just curious if anybody had and what hardware they use. Appreciate it, guys. Plan on sticking around.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Let's bring them for them right now. We'll take a couple of them, and then we'll see if we can blow up this radio. Or if the radio needs to blow up.
I got one for you, Josh.
Yeah, go for it, man.
What's that OTF key you pulled out tonight? You plugged into your little radio project here.
It's a Palm Pico. Sorry, no, it's a Palm. The Palm Radio straight key.
So unobtainium then, right?
Completely unobtainium.
That looked a little dangerous. Is that against the law in California?
What's that? Unobtainium?
No, the out the front keyer.
Yeah, right. the spring loaded out the front. Yeah, that's true. Those are very much not allowed in California.
Tim, not only that, he had an 80% completed kit. That's also
80%. I see what you did there.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
That was good.
That was good. That was very good.
Would that be a ghost radio?
Yeah, it's we're building a ghost radio. Don't tell what's his name. Oh God, what was that guy's name that was after the ghost guns? Total idiot.
I think it's like Senator DaCosta, his name.
Gavin Newsom?
No, it's
I was thinking Newsom.
It's the something.
Attorney General of California.
Still have my jig ready to go.
Benita?
No.
The guy that knew nothing about guns.
No, DeSantis is from Florida.
The guy who knew nothing about guns.
Anyway, doesn't he called it? This is a ghost gun. It'll shoot 1,400 rounds a second. That kind of guy. No. Anyway, not the point. Okay, let's go ahead and have some fun with this thing. Let's wrap up the questions. There was a question in the chat. What temperature do you set your soldering iron to? If I'm doing soldering like for a project, 650 degrees. That's what I set it to, Fahrenheit.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Quick question.
Okay.
The unication you had, is that just a pager or is that a two-way?
It's a pager.
Yeah, I figure. I'm trying to get my local fire department to purchase them, but they won't budge.
Dude, it's so nice.
Yeah.
I just got it all configured up. I know a guy. Okay, I know a guy. Everybody knows the guy that I'm talking about. But yeah, I got to hang out with him a little bit today, and we got that thing up and running. Is that guy in the chat, out of curiosity?
I have not seen him yet.
Okay.
No.
He might come around. We'll see.
I've got the G4. Why don't you go with the G5?
Dual band. Kevin De Leon. That's the yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, here in Dallas, I don't need it. I don't need the second band.
Oh, I do, because we've got tons of stuff down in 400 and then lots of stuff up at 800.
Yeah, everything here is moving. All over the Metroplex is moving to 800.
Well, Big Jeem, he's got one. He's made a couple of videos on it. He only has a G. By the way, only has is not. That's not the right term. He just only needs the single band. So he got a G4. That's the only difference is the G5s are dual band.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's why I was asking. I know the difference. I just was wondering if you had a lot of that other band. Now, do you have 2 bands or 3?
2.
Okay. Because how do you get a scanner that does 150 megahertz?
A scanner that goes down to 150?
Yeah, we have some of our police and fire, not in this city, but just south of us, that's running 150 megahertz.
So you should probably step into a full-size scanner like an SDS 200 if you want to do that. This device is a pager. It's
right,
but it's not a scanner. And I could talk about that as we get a little bit further on after this whole
debacle. I've got a
Rooster.
G4.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sounds like he really wants to blow this radio up.
Yeah, I really want to blow this thing up. Let's see what happens. Yeah. There's a question from Jared, KQ4MSA. So, Jared, was your email last week to the podcast, or is this something that I'm just drawing a blank on? Is this an update like from last week, from trying to help you out last week? Are you on voice, Jared? By the way, everybody, if you, the best way to communicate, he's in the voice chat. I don't know if he's talking yet or not, but the best way to get your questions answered is to join us on Discord. This isn't some way for me to make you join the Discord. It's just when we can talk back and forth to you, we can answer the questions a lot faster. We can get right to the meat of it, all the important stuff. So Yeah, Jared, if you can, jump in there. Go ahead if you want to ask your question or add to whatever. Okay. So Jared, KQ4, MSA, the after chat is not necessarily the same as the podcast. Like if you just make a new email and you can append whatever you said when you sent Leia, my wife, and I an email on the podcast, that's fine. Just send us a new email and just say, hey, like this is an update to the last email I sent. That'd be great. Yeah, do that. Cool. All right. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna run the screw through here and see if we can tune up or.
All right. Well, I can run you through my thinking here. Just let me paste a picture in the chat. And,
yeah, please.
You decide if you want to proceed or not.
So let's see. 15-year-old General Turk 0917. What do you think is the fastest or easiest way to get started with tackling the extra exam? Start taking practice exams on hamstudy.org, and however you best study, get to studying. That's what I would say. All right, so Jody has an image here that I'm gonna bring up so that we guys can all look at it. This is the driver PA and LPF. So
yeah, so I just pulled a screenshot from the assembly manual there in the schematic and exploded that power transistor section there to make it really clear.
Yeah.
So if that transistor, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner there, that case style, if it's got a metal back, that's the big question here. If it's got a metal back, that metal back should not touch the back plate because that will short, positive power to ground.
The metal plate does not have, it's not a metal plate.
If it's totally isolated, then the screw almost makes no difference. And the question is, why did you have connectivity?
So let me show you So you can only see part of it, but there it is. Are we still on? Yeah. So this is it right here. It's the one you have on the left of your picture.
Yeah, so that is a metal plate. So that is connected to the center pin, which means you need to isolate that from your back plate.
So then it sounds like, oh, you know what? And I can almost see what's causing it. Oh, what the heck?
Good break.
Yeah, that's a bit of a design flaw there.
You'd be shorting to ground.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, that's a bit of a design flaw there.
You got to loop, Mike. Don't watch the YouTube or whatever it is. You got to loop.
Right. Sorry, I had the live stream pad on. You had an insulator pad.
Yeah.
You'll put the insulator pad between the back plate and the transistor.
Yeah, 100%. But we still had a short to ground. So yes, you're right. But I'm guessing, and so let's, I can't get this under now that we've got it all built up, I can't get it under the microscope. But you can possibly see it here. So look at right here. Right there, the metal of the flat piece actually dips into the bore of the hole that the screw rides into. It looks like if you look down here, there's actually a bit of a buffer. There's an insulating buffer between the hole and the metal plate, but as you go up to this side, there's no more buffer. It looks like that the hole, there's no insulation.
Right. When we used to use those transistor pads, we quite often had a shim that went up between the screw and the hole.
Yeah.
To prevent the screw from touching that metal pad.
Yeah, that's exactly what's needed, is that little plastic insulator bushing.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, I'm with you, but like it wasn't in the kit.
Oh, well, that's their fault then.
And it wasn't mentioned in the parts list. It wasn't.
Yeah, I did look at the parts list afterwards. It didn't show anything, but yeah, you're right. There is a possibility.
So how tight is that screw in the hole? Because you could get lucky and you put it right dead center. It's not going to touch. You didn't get lucky in your first attempt, though.
I mean, I could, now that I know, as you're all looking at this now, it looks like the area that is of most concern for us is this part right there. This dips into the well. Yeah.
Is the back cover even copper plated? It looks like it's just an FR4 sheet with solder mask and silkscreen.
The back plate is bare.
It's just a cover, isn't it?
It's bare, but it connects to the BNC. The BNC grounds to it.
Right, but there's no. It's not conductive at all, is it? Is it metal or is that FR4?
It's aluminum.
Aluminum.
Oh, it's aluminum. Okay.
Yeah,
I see it now.
I have an idea.
All right. We'll take all.
Josh, can you rotate the board back just a little bit so we can look straight down into there?
Into what?
Well, just rotate the whole assembly. So
you're not telling me the direction of rotation.
Opposite direction.
Come on, Navy guy.
Not the right way.
Use your coordinates, Navy guy.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can see down in there pretty good.
Yeah, you can see that right here is we're riding up to the edge, like right there. If we had a nice little see this black, you can see the black insulator right there. That'd be protecting it. But
question, comment.
Well, wrap the screw in PTFE tape.
PTF tape or maybe some electrical tape, some black tape.
A piece of heat shrink, even that little, just needs to be a couple millimeters long heat shrink.
I've actually used a thin strip of Teflon before too.
Yeah, let's do that. You guys talk.
Is that a power transformer or like the finals?
Yeah, it's the PA.
So, don't you remember like on the SBIT X or whatever, where we would put thermal paste in order to make that touch the aluminum pad? So why is this one built differently?
Because it's not overdriving this MOSFET that much, and there is a quote unquote thermal pad. It's just the plasticky bit. That's what that little blue piece was. So
the old way of doing it was to use mica insulators and thermal paste, but these pads are kind of the new style way of doing it.
Yeah, so let's back this up a little bit here. So I've got a little bit of this stuff. Where's the end? There it is. This should work, but it's going to be a little thickish. So
yeah, it's too bad you don't have one of those little computer kits that come with all the nylon screws and all that, washers and everything.
We're going to do a little surgery here. So on this tape, guessing about that much will get us through.
I just put it on and razor knife off the extra.
Yeah. Where'd my screw go? A little bit of screw surgery.
Question.
Go ahead, question.
Well, if it's open to metal on the back like that, is that for heat distribution, like a processor?
No, because that's the finals. So that's your power amplification stage. It's the last bit before we go out on the air, and so that's where you get your power output. Otherwise, it's just not really transmitting anywhere.
So it uses the back or the little plate as a heat sink.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And typically those heat sinks do touch the case.
That's not the best, but that's what we're
gonna go. But what you're saying is, and I don't know, I missed it, but so when you screw that down on the case, then it shorts out, right?
Correct. So we're gonna try and. I don't even think this will get through anymore, will it? No, it's too thick. It won't even go through the...
I heard someone say use a tiny bit of heat shrink too.
That's going to be too thick as well. Yeah, it's too thick.
A little dot of hot glue.
Yeah, I was just thinking hot glue, and then you tunnel through with the bolt, and it's a perfect fit, and you center the bolt.
The problem is, and again, it's more of the issue with the part here.
Mm-hmm. True.
So let me get you focused in there as best I can. See, the black is off center. So the metal plate, you've got more insulation, if you will, on this lower part.
Mm-hmm.
And the upper part is will ride against the screw. So actually, I really just need the tape to be on the upper part.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do, is just put a piece of tape flat right there, unless the two need to connect, and just razor knife off the top.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. This is getting a little fiddly, but it should be fine.
You're dealing with such low voltage here that, once you meter it out and it's good, it's not going to ever arc over or anything. So.
Well, I mean, with my luck.
Well, and you could do it temporarily until you've had a chance to email those guys, and ask them what's meant to be done.
I don't think any of this is
Hey,
going to
John,
work.
you could put a little bit of liquid electrical tape on the top threads of that screw. That would stop it from grounding against that piece there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could put that tape through the hole of the MOSFET. Just cut a thin strip, put it through the hole instead of on the threads of the screw.
The problem is getting the screw fed in is going to be the issue. It's just there's just not enough clearance to make it fit. Okay, I got through the first bit. Yeah, it's just not doing that. Oh, I forgot the insulating freaking pad. Yeah, see, this is not going to work. This sucks. This is not a great solution, guys. The tape is a fine solution. It's just there's not enough tolerances for it.
Is there any reason you couldn't just undersize the screw by like 1/32?
Yeah, if I had the screws, but I didn't. This is a kit.
Just
maybe a plastic screw from another kit, and then order some from Amazon.
Might I suggest the brute force K8 MRD method?
That always works.
Use a shoe.
Get it done or both hands.
Bore out the metal on the MOSFET so that it doesn't get in the way, right?
Little hammer.
How about Teflon tape?
No, it's too thick. Everything the clearance is the problem now. Where the heck do Kapton tape?
Here is an outside the box idea. Nail polish.
That is not a bad idea. Let's see if I can get away
clear
with it.
nail polish. You got to call the wife.
Yeah.
Whiteout.
Every married man has nail polish in the house. I guarantee it.
Blue thread lock.
I still to
blue
this
thread
day
lock
keep
is not a
finding
bad
it.
idea, because if we trust all the OMs that always told me I can never ever use thread lock on my antenna because it will prevent the antenna from connecting to the coax, then we know that must be right, because they're never wrong.
You gotta meter it out real quick.
It seems like that should be a nylon screw, though.
Yes, it should be a nylon screw. I have no question that would be the right. Oh, come on, baby.
Yeah, see it. I've got so many of those stupid computer kits.
Oh my
that
gosh,
have
we
all
got
that
it through.
stuff.
I got it through. All right, now the trick is, can you see what? No, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I've got to hold the nut with this pliers. Got to pliers my nuts. Hold on.
Did you get the insulating pad on?
I did, yes, sir. Okay, I think we got it. I think we're seating it. We're getting it. Hold on. Ay. What a process. I'm going to have to email these guys and be like, hey, I don't know if...
Has anybody else had this problem?
I did have 400 peer reviewers on my chat when we did this live, and they thankfully pointed out that we could be blowing this thing up if we don't make sure that we're isolating that center pin, which thankfully, Jody, I'm glad I saw your comment, and thank you for being there to mention it, but I think you're right, man. I think you're totally right. Okay, so now let's back this up a tick. So hypothetically, the screw is going to likely be... Oh. The screw's not. Okay. So the screw's isolated. Center pin.
If we see smoke, we'll know what happened.
Good one.
Just
looks like we got it.
Just out of curiosity,
Yeah, looks good.
Did you check that screw to make sure that it's conductive?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say other than we tested it live, remember, earlier, and it was...
No, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
I was chatting with some people in there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I think we got it because
okay.
We already did the tuning, so I think we're good. So now I think we can actually try and install this thing. So I'm going to...
It might be worth a retune now that you've attached this big load to the body there.
Why not? So everybody listening, if you have ham radio questions, don't worry, we're going to get back to you. But this is why you got to jump right up front and say, hey, I got a question.
For the uninitiated,
yeah.
And I'm just speaking for myself, what did that screw do exactly?
It made a good positive connection to the back plane, this back piece of metal, and that back piece of metal is a heat sink. So when your final, which is your power amplifier, is doing its job, it's going to generate heat. So you need something to dissipate that heat, otherwise you'll burn up the part, basically.
And if
it's kind of like if you ever build your own computer or whatever, if you have the CPU, you have the thermal paste on top. It's a conductive material in order to dissipate heat.
Mike, you're talking to the wrong Mike about building a computer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But Apple makes heat go away.
Oh, shut up. So that was the final that basically you attached to that heat sink?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the deal with the tape, though?
So we're trying to isolate it, so it shouldn't short to ground. And when we were doing the live stream, it was shorting to ground. So we used the tape to isolate it so it wouldn't short to ground. So
sorry, Mike N8YO was texting me during all this, and I had to respond because I got to pick him up for field day. My apologies.
Yes.
It
was all my fault.
As he's giving you crap about being.
See how that works? Yeah, they dog me.
Comment from another Mike. Is that why my Apple computer blew up because it overheated, Mike?
That's because it's an Apple computer.
Yeah, but Mike just said Apple computers take the heat away.
Yeah, but you paid extra for that feature, Mike.
Oh yeah, we're off tune again, guys.
And where you could have seen this live is when Josh was messing with that SPID X that he was working on. That's what happens when you don't pull the heat away.
No, I think that was also the poorly sized MOSFETs. I blew that sucker up. Pretty close.
I got the same ones back. They just had additional heat sink with it.
I got a lot of signals at 7030 out here.
You got a lot of what?
A lot of signals on that area, on that frequency.
Yeah, it's a good frequency.
North American QSO Party, CW.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, is that what spurred you to build this kit?
No, I was going to build it anyway.
No, he's going to POTA with it. We're going to hold his feet to the fire.
I'm definitely gonna POTA with it. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it tuned up. So let me get it in the case, and we might try and run a little bit with it here just to see. Now we do have the QSO party, so it's might be a little difficult, but we'll see how it goes.
Maybe you can work somebody.
But then I have to post a log. I haven't worked anybody on that QSO party yet. All right, my little Vice boy can get up. Let's get that too.
Hey, new user intro. I'm Steve. This is my first after chat, and
Hey, Steve.
I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So I just got my license, and
Congratulations.
I'm planning on buying some equipment to set up my shack. I'm in Northern California, and I wanted to ask which HRO is better, the Anaheim or Sacramento? Because I do go to Southern California sometimes.
So I can't talk to any other ones other than the ones that have closed out. Anaheim is my go-to location. That's where I go because it's down the street from me. I've never been to Sacramento. Has anybody been to Sacramento?
I can actually speak on both because I've been to both Anaheim and Sacramento. It doesn't matter. They both have equally knowledgeable people. They all know what they're talking about, and they all have great deals. Well, all the deals are the same at most all the stores. So your pick as to which store you want to go to.
Except the used equipment. Because you never know what you might find when you walk in there and look at the used stuff.
John has a point.
All right, that's cool. Anybody special I should ask for, or they're just all great?
I mean, Billy Bob's my friend, so we love Billy Bob here. But they're all
Josh,
great.
we all thought you lived there. I mean, we all thought you lived in the HRO at Anaheim. I thought, you're blowing my expectations.
Well, I got to tell you the truth. There has been many times where I've been at that store where they've just handed me the phone and had to talk to people, to troubleshoot stuff. Not that they asked for Josh or anything, but just they're like, "Oh yeah, Josh, don't you know about this radio?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, can you take this call?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
That beats my experience. I walk in there, they're like, "Oh, it's Jason Assistant. Hey, man, we got some stuff that you could co-host on."
Hey,
really?
what's up?
In Anaheim, they do that to you, Frank?
No, the Richardson one.
Oh, sure. They know me by name. When I walk in the door, it's Don. He's here to spend another $1,000.
And I don't remember the guy's name in Sacramento, but there's a guy there. He's younger, total nerd. He is almost as knowledgeable as Josh is on almost anything you throw at him. And he works there every single day.
Oh, you like that? There you go. All right, so here's our completed radio Rooster.
It's about the same size as a Signal Link.
Oh no, it's smaller than a Signal Link. So this is my Unication pagers right next to it. So here's a True SDX.
Those antennas are so small on that Unication, and I've literally driven 60 miles away from my home area, and I still get pages.
You know what's interesting about this? Shane was telling me that in this one, because it's the dual band, so the only antenna that's actually the live antenna is the 700, 800 antenna megahertz, but the UHF antenna is inside the body. It's actually inside the body. Yeah, I didn't even know that. So, all right. So there we go. Let's see if we can give it some actual antenna stuff here. We'll get you guys listening to it. So I've got it BNC'd in. For everybody on for the Discord, you're probably not going to hear the audio of the radio. Just heads up, you might have to mute your Discord. Okay, so we're connected there, and I will return my 7610. And if we give it, I gotta take myself off of Discord for a second.
That has a built-in keyer.
So YouTube, if you're hearing this, and I'm going to mute myself on Discord. Is that somebody? Oh.
Well, definitely see something. He's not.
That's
making
me.
it to South Dakota.
Yeah, we
Mike
can talk
2, you
about him.
guys,
He's
I
gone.
think can't hear that.
I
Hold
just
on.
don't know if he's keying it or he's listening to somebody coming back.
There you go. Now you can hear it.
That looks like he was keying it.
Yeah.
This is 703 7.03.
Yeah. Man, that's why.
Well, Don, that's how you make all the contacts all at once.
It's a cool little
That's
device.
what I've been telling 8, but he
Fun
just
project.
doesn't agree with me.
If you're listening on half mood, I don't really have my antenna pointed that way, but there you go. I'm rotating a little bit. That's funny.
Yeah, my
So,
band's
if anybody hears me, great. I haven't heard anybody come back. I can't hear anybody, obviously, and I can't really writ around because,
yeah, North American QSO.
So, in other words, it's good that I'm not at my radio tonight.
Mateo says he
Frank,
thinks
you
he
could
hears
use
me.
the practice.
I don't know.
I was
What,
on my radio this
CW?
afternoon.
CW, Frank?
All right.
Not
well,
CW,
we
no.
gave it
come
a
on,
shot. We're gonna
Frank.
go back to the Discord.
I want to learn
Hold on.
CW, but you see me tapping in the chat. You want to try to read that over CW?
Your stepdad has that wonderful device. You could be using it.
Oh, it's a great device. It doesn't help me being dyslexic on the air.
All right.
Wait,
back.
hold on. No, we got to reverse those letters. Hold on, do it again.
All right, I'm back.
All right. There is a question for you, Josh, in the Discord. Someone wants to know, what was the shortwave receiver you were using on Field Tech video?
Oh, that was the oh gosh, what the Belka DX. I'll pull that up. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, that's right. We so that was kind of, we actually shot a bunch of videos when I was out there the last time. And that was like one of the just like chill ones. And that a lot of people got really into that one. So, oh boy, no. Wait. Is that, no, is it gone? Oh, what is this? This looks like oh no, that's it. So yeah, this is straight up like a fly by nut's the wrong term because they've been around for a long time. I just linked to it in the chat. This thing's freaking cool. Like, it's actually really, really cool. It's a good receiver. It's not like obviously the best audio quality, but it's tiny. It fits into anything, and it's made specifically for shortwave. Okay, it's shortwave. It's not broadcast AM. It won't do broadcast FM. It is for the shortwave bands.
Yeah, you know, you're familiar with the Malaheats, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, the Russians have released new firmware for that, and it does FT8 decoding now.
No, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need another abuelita. Where's my abuelita? Or abuelito. That's right.
Hey, can you guys hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
What's he saying?
Oh, we don't hear the CW. Your noise cancellation is killing it. But we hear you.
Oh, because I got my radios runs through my mixer. I didn't know if it would be picked up or not.
Discord is doing an auto noise correction on it, so you'd have to turn off noise correction.
Noise blanker.
Yeah, it's got an internal noise blanker. All right. Well, we didn't blow it up. It worked successfully. So let's open this up a little bit. Anybody have any other questions before we go say hi to our YouTube buddies and friends that are joining us? Oh boy. We're reaching critical mass here. Surface tension, go. Oh no. All right. Questions. Let's bring them. All right. I'm going to say hi to my YouTube friends then. All right, going down the list. I see. Well, now we're going to have a Frank off. This is going to become a Frank off real fast. So we got Tank Radio. Frank is in the chat. What's going on, man? How you doing? He's first.
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's been a while. I haven't forgot about your pickle whiskey. I'm going to be putting in the mail here this coming week because this Sunday I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I just was going to go to the post office once.
Oh,
so
that's great. Thank you.
I'm going to get that to you. I wanted to get it to you before your Christmas Day live stream, but it just didn't happen. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
But, I can't wait to see you try this because I had one drink of it and I was sick the next day. It didn't help. I pretty much also put a bottle of whiskey down that night too.
Before you got to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That was the pre-recorded live stream that I did before Thanksgiving. That was fun.
Okay, so let me go ahead and say I won't be. I will be in Provo, Utah next week. So if you don't kill yourself to get it shipped, but if you said you're gonna ship it regardless next week, that's fine. My wife's here, so that's fine. She'll get it. I just won't drink it, and probably until the following week. No. So back to back, I'm gonna be crazy busy I'm gonna be in Provo next week. The following weekend is Winterfield Day, and then I think the weekend after that is probably where I might be able to do it because after that is then Hamcation.
Oh, so I just wait and bring it to Hamcation?
No, because then I can't get it home because I'll be flying.
You could put it in your bag.
I'm not checking the bag. No, I'm not checking the bag.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to ship it to you.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
No problem. No problem. So you said Winter Field Day. What is your Winter Field Day plans?
We've got a camp out planned for.
Ooh.
Where are we going?
Is this a open camp out, or are you doing it with a club?
I'm doing it with the W6TRW club. I think we're. Actually, I should probably check. Do we have space?
While you think about that, I am going to go down. I'm meeting up with Mike and Mike. They, I already heard it dropped. We're going to be down on the Galveston coast doing Winterfield Day, and we get to have an actual bed this year. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Only as long as I'm the big spoon, Frank.
Hey man, I get my own bed. I get that nice queen room all to myself with the bathroom attached to it.
Is Bob coming up?
Bob?
Yeah, from Cozumel.
Finder Bob?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So we're gonna have fun. I think it's open to anyone. So if you're down in the Galveston area, come by Galveston State Park. We should have a pavilion, and we're gonna be playing radio all day.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that. We're scanning our local stuff.
If you don't know of me, go search Tank Radio. Any podcaster apps out there, or just YouTube's.
Right on. Yeah. Feel free to drop a
Don't
link.
forget to.
Yeah, I'll happily do that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe to Tank Radio. Oh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
All the things fun.
Yeah. There you go. And everybody who's doing YouTube things, make sure you drop a there you go. Tank's got it. He knows what to do. Let's go to Frank, YouTube Frank, Frank Outdoors. Go for it, man. What have you been up to?
I'm actually going to yield the floor to Chase. He was actually the first YouTuber in the chat tonight.
Oh, did I skip him? God, my thing's all short. That's it. Chase was the first. So Chase, go. You take the time, then we'll come back to the other Frank.
1 sec.
Oh, 1 sec. He's got serious ham radio business going on.
All right, sorry. 1 sec. I got to reassign my PTT button real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Y'all can come back to me.
See, Frank, you were being so magnanimous, but he's coming back to you anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. Not much going on here. Working on editing videos, trying to get them out as quick as I can. And Josh, would it be okay if I ran a poll in the chat through voice?
That, or you do like a straw poll if you want to drop like a link. That might be more effective.
It's simple. Drop a 1 in chat if you're going to Quartz Fest.
Oh,
nice and easy. Because I'm curious who all is going to Quartz Fest. I know a handful of the YouTubers are. I know Vern Six's already there, and a couple guys. He's been there since Monday? No, Thursday, something like that. He's been there for a couple days now, and if I can get the time off, you might hear me on the radio, but we'll see what happens. And that's about it for me. I'll drop my link shortly here. Thanks, Josh. And I had a fun question, and then I forgot what it was. So if it comes back to me, I'll pop back up with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Let's see. Grayman. Oh, we've got them all grouped up. Literally, we've got Frank. Wait, how many Franks are there? There's 2 Franks.
I have my second account in here tonight, so I can go back and forth from my laptop and still listen live without having a delay. That's what that is.
There you go. Grayman Pote is next. What's up, man?
Oh, doing good, Josh. Doing good. Was out doing a Parks on Air activation today. Like 20 degrees outside, so a little chilly. But I tell you what, 10 meters was on fire. I turned on the radio, and first QSO I tuned into was a station in Alaska talking to a station in Venezuela. And they both sounded like they were in the front seat of the truck with me here in Indiana. So that was a pretty good day. So I actually did the first 10 contacts on 10 meters today. Did some 20 and then switched over to 40 for a little over 70 contacts. So it's a good day. Been playing around with Digipeder. I named it K-Murder. Pay homage to Mike. And I think we're going to be doing some Winter Field Day. Got a special guest I'm meeting up with, and it wasn't initially planned. It was just to do a Parks on the Air activation, but it turns out that that's actually Winter Field Day. So I think we'll be doing both.
Right on. Very cool. All right. And then next is Ham Radio for Non-Techies. What's up, man?
Oh, doing all right, Josh. Still work on some videos. I did manage I was actually tuning up an antenna from a video I'm getting ready to put out. And I managed to break yet another DX Commander Expedition pole.
Oh, no. How'd that happen?
So, well, you have to get the smallest little section up the top. I put my little S-beaner and I mounted it in there, and it got stuck on something. I was pulling it out and it cracked. So I think it's toast. So, oh well.
That's your second one?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. I think I'm just going to use my, I got a big spider beam spider beam pole. I'll just keep using that because that thing's indestructible. Won't die. But yeah, great show tonight, man. I love watching kit builds, and
it's crazy because I mean we still had 400 people watching, which is kind of run of the mill. And normally my kit build videos, they're not very well attended. Like they're kind of like people aren't really that into them. So maybe the tides are turning, or maybe just because it's so damn cold, everybody's like, yes, I will watch someone solder instead of doing something else.
Well, honestly, I think we as YouTubers, we don't get to experience the joy of building the kits as much because we're more worried about is in the camera shot, are we focused right? We got to pay attention. Also, little stuff, make sure the viewer can see, as opposed to somebody who's just building it at their house without a camera on them. They probably have a whole lot more fun with the kits than we do. But I still like watching kit builds. I love building kits, and maybe someday I'll get to build one by myself, not have to film it.
Yeah, I've been doing it for long enough that I have the settings kind of dialed together. But yeah, it varies. It varies. I don't know. Like I said, I've got the setup for it, so I can play around with it. But yeah.
Are you using SLR for your overhead?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it's a mirrorless, but yes.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's see
Hey,
who's
group.
next. It is Adam K6 Eric K. What's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. Just actually at home this weekend. I was planning to head out to the desert to do some soda in the Barstow area, but the YL got home late last night, so we weren't going to be able to get an early start, and it's supposed to be really windy out there tonight and tomorrow, so we decided to just stick around the house here, so I've been working in the shop, which means I will have some time to put parts in baggies and get some more kits prepped to send into Amazon next week, so yeah, that's pretty much it. What else is new? One cool event coming up the first Saturday of February. I think it's the 2nd. If you're a San Diego area ham, the San Diego Ham Forum, which has a Facebook page under that name, is related to a net that I act as net control of periodically on a rotation on Monday nights on the Cora repeaters. And we're doing an antenna build day down at the Poway Fire Station. So if you're local to San Diego and you want to work on tuning or building an antenna, we've already got a few people that have mentioned some specific antennas they're interested in, or antenna problems they're interested in solving. So we'll be working on those, and it should be a really good time. So again, if you're in San Diego, San Diego Ham Forum on Facebook page, on the Facebook page for that is where you can find some more info.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That's great. That'll be fun. And a great opportunity, too, for those that are new to antenna building to come out and get some work done. Right on. All right. Next is one K Murder. KMRD. Ham Radio Tube. How's it going, man?
I always love your intro for me. I'm doing wonderful. And how are we feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm so much better. I still have the crud a little bit. Like I'm still coughing up random nonsense, but I feel so much better.
Could be that thick beer you're drinking.
I'm telling you, the La Jarra Brewing Company is killing it right now. Between their new brown ale, really nice, just a 5% brown ale, kind of like a Newcastle, but good. You know what I mean? Like that kind of style. Really, really good.
I used to drink Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle's okay.
Newcastle's okay, but this is even better than that. And then you've got this Abuelito chocolate porter, which is like if you've ever had a Mexican hot chocolate, it's like lighter of that, obviously, but like a porter. So good.
I'm out once you say that.
Brown
once
ales
you said
are
porter.
boring. N8YO with the hot take, man.
Yeah.
He's pissed because he's got snow on his car.
Yeah.
No, I love the snow. No, even new. So rewind 20 years back when I was in college. I loved Newcastle, but that was before I knew what good beer was.
Yeah, I used to drink Coors Light too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your taste changed over time. But brown ales they're good. They're just there's not much complexity to them. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes it ain't about the complexity, man. Sometimes you just want a cold, crisp, refreshing brewski.
Yeah.
Like me right now in Texas where it's only 46 degrees.
Shut up.
So
anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, that doesn't
26.
annoy me because I'm going to be there soon.
It's 26, Dallas.
That sucks.
It's 10 or 11 here.
He didn't call on me to talk about the weather.
Yeah, I did not.
Okay, Mike, N8YO. He's coming down here for Winter Field Day. I'm picking him up. Well, he thinks I'm picking up at the airport. You keep chiming in like that, you're going to be taking an Uber down there, buddy.
Nah, I'll fall back on Frank, and Jason said he'd pick me up too. So, but
yeah, good luck. Good luck.
But you're on the way, so it made sense. Anyway, I'm taking your floor time. You go ahead, sir.
No, I don't care. What was the question? Did we even have a question? We just said hi, and then he chimed in.
Yeah, he did. He was talking about brown. He's getting all crazy about the nutty brown ale. Yeah, man, what you been up to?
Dude, I've been making videos. Would you believe that? I made like 4 videos in the last 3 days. No, I didn't do anything yesterday. But like Wednesday and Thursday, I shot and edited and uploaded 3 videos that will be posted later. The patrons have them, of course.
Good.
And then did I do something today? I feel like I shot next week's mailbag Monday today. That was fun. I'm really working on this Lee Time 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter that I posted a video. I think that went yesterday.
Okay.
Is freaking legit. No RFI, 3000 watt inverter. It's awesome. So I'm working on getting all the parts together to make like the ultimate portable solar generator battery go box off grid. Stuff hits the fan, power goes out kind of thing. So that's like my big project. It's going to take some time to compile some parts. Just getting like good wire is ridiculously expensive. So, like 10 feet each of 1/0 gauge, like pure copper wire is like $100.
Yeah.
And believe it or believe me or don't believe me, hear me now, believe me later. I, as a YouTuber, do not make millions of dollars, so I have to be a little frugal. But I just bought this hydraulic crimper.
Oh,
so that's cool. Yeah,
hydraulic.
And that was only like
it uses a jack or what?
It's a pneumatic crimper.
Well, pneumatic is not the same as hydraulic. Hydraulic implies oil, like a hydraulic oil.
Yes, there's oil in it. It is a hydraulic, not pneumatic. It is a hydraulic crimper. It's like $50 on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
For crimping,
it's like a jack. It's like literally a jack, like a bottle jack.
Kinda.
If you want to drop the link, drop your affiliate link. Let's check it out.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well, go ahead and finish your thought, and then when we come back around to it, you can bring.
Anyway, so I'm all geeked in building this big solar power thing, and like everybody in Texas is talking like, oh my God, we're gonna be like 2 days below freezing. Holy hillbilly! Like, no big deal. Like, yeah, 3 years ago when I moved here, we had a big freeze. We lost power for a few days. Like, I mean, some people perished. It sucked. But like with this inverter, and I mean, you got to have batteries for it, of course. But like, I can keep my TV, my internet on, because just because you lose power, a lot of people don't think of this. Just because your power is out doesn't mean you don't have internet. Your internet wires have nothing to do with your power wires. So if you can put power to your router, which a lot of routers work off of 12 volts, and even if they don't, if you have an inverter, you can kick on your computer or your TV, plug in your router, get power back to that, then you have internet again. I can plug in a space heater with this inverter. Like, I can do anything. I just got a 40 amp MPPT charge controller. So that's kind of where my mind's at right now. But during the beginning of your stream, because we're going down to Galveston, and Frank, if you're listening, and Jason, if you're listening, like every kind of event, I try and clean out the closet and just give stuff away, you know?
Yeah.
So I have I've got about 25 things right now that I'm just going to give away to whoever shows up in Galveston. Just take it free. I don't want anything for it. Just want to clean out my closet. So
Anything I can use at the immediate time?
Oh, Frank wants to do a review. Send Frank something to review.
Probably. I don't know.
Probably.
Just a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Jody
that's
just put
literally-
something in the
Yeah.
very, very similar to that. Yes.
That's literally a bottle jack that's like inverted. That's hilarious. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
That's working awesome. Yeah. And it was like $50, but it's like, you know what? I need that because I crimped the lugs on my 1/0 gauge wire.
Yeah.
With my coax crimper. I used RG 213 size coax thing.
Wow.
And it worked. I'm like, hey, we're hams. In a pinch, man, make it work, right?
Just smash up those dies. We'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it worked. I mean, they held. I put a screwdriver in the terminal, pulled it, it didn't come out, whatever. So, but now I mean, you do need the proper tools. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at stuff to give away. I've got like 5 radios. An antenna. I'm just looking an antenna. Some kind of mast from MFJ. It's like a tripod mast that goes up. Probably goes up like 10 or 12 feet. I don't know. A camera tripod, a couple bags, a couple. 3 different microphone boom stands. I've got a Heil and a couple other brands.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the Heil one I'd picked up at a ham fest for like $20, so it doesn't have the bass thing.
Oh,
but
okay.
Still, it's a good boom stand. It's not the one I use anymore, but
yeah, right on.
A couple portable fans that we won't need right now because it's 4 degrees where a lot of you are. But
yeah,
summertime, these are just USB chargeable, like battery powered fans for doing POTA. You know. When it's 105 degrees here in Texas, it's pretty nice to have. So, just trying to clean out the closets. I always I don't really make it public, but pretty much any ham fest or activity, I try and just because vendors just send us stuff and we review them, and I'm never going to use most of this stuff. You know, I'm a creature of habit.
Problems.
I'm a creature of habit. Like for my HTs, I'm either going to use the Asu VX7R or the FT5. So all other 20 like Bofeng style Chinese HTs, I don't need. So let's get rid of those. And Don, what's the name of his channel? Remember Don? The other Don?
RF Field Tech? Don?
RF Field Tech, yeah. He dropped off some Times Microwave LMR 240.
Nice.
Like last year, just because he works for AT&T. They use Times Microwave.
The good stuff.
Yeah. So they're just like 20-foot runs or so, maybe 30, maybe 50. I have no idea. But some Times Microwave LMR 240, I'll bring that. Just, take it. So
nice.
And I still have not made any dent in my closet.
So Mike, my big question: when's the Super Mega Geek coming out? Then with inverters included.
The Super Big Gulp Geek.
Yeah,
Super Big Gulp. Hey guys, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Skiing? Those your skis? Both of them?
Samsonite.
Both of them?
I was way off. Both of them. Yeah. I don't know, Frank. It's gonna be whenever I find all the bits and pieces and parts to make it work. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of different guys and different configurations on how they did it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like every situation is different. So I don't know. We'll see.
So
well, either way, that'll be fun.
Yes.
So I have. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Yeah.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I have an admission for everybody. I have pulled a Carlos. My testing of the Rooster was on the dummy load.
Oh no!
I have no idea. Are we?
The KD9 OLN antenna? You were using the KD9 OLN antenna.
I just Carlosed it.
Is that why we couldn't hear you?
I don't know. Should we check? Should we see?
I'm gonna text him this right now.
Are you gonna reverse beacon?
Oh, I should reverse beacon. Yeah. I should.
Yeah,
you're
see
totally
where
right.
you're being heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Let's pull that up. Okay, well, I'll leave that for a second. I think so. I got to mute myself again on. So on Discord, I'm going to mute myself. If you're listening on YouTube, you'll hear the side tone. We should hear a lot more noise when I'm actually not on on a real antenna here. So okay, let's try that one more time, and then we'll go back and answer some AM questions, and I probably got to skedaddle in a bit. So okay, let me cue it up. All right. So we're going to get this back in here.
And when you get back, don't forget Chase should have his PTT worked out now.
Oh yeah, that's right, Chase. Yeah, don't let me forget, buddy. It's okay. Hold me accountable. That guy and that guy and that guy. Maybe. There's definitely noise on that side. So okay, we're gonna mute myself over. Oh yeah, wide filter actually. Do you hear the signals?
No audio, Josh.
Got to bring his radio display back.
How much power output does it have?
So here, I have a question for you, gentlemen. You're all POTA experts. Have you ever heard of a group of women called POTA chicks?
There is
yeah, people calling CQ right on top of me. I'm gonna rit around here a little bit.
There are POTA chicks. They're KE8. Oh, geez, they even have a YouTube channel, and I don't remember who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I'd seen them on YouTube.
Well, I ran into this group of people on Christmas Eve when I was fooling around with the software, the OBS, and I was just taping my hunting, and I came across these girls and a guy who
audio
having a lot of fun. So I made a video of it and posted it.
Audio.
Oh, see, I've screwed up my own call sign.
Frank, if you're listening for audio, it's over on YouTube.
I was hitting my push to talk.
Everybody's replying. Well, there's lots of signals, but they're all like very high, very fast because they're working CW for the QSO party. So I have a feeling this is probably not the right tool for the job in making a contact tonight because of the QSO party that's going on. But we'll everybody in the chat, if you can hear me, go ahead and shout out.
And Tim, Don just dropped a link in Discord to the two I was thinking of. Thank you, Don.
Oh, okay, I'll take a look.
And when I looked those ladies up, I actually got to their YouTube channel from their Instagram, and their Instagram is POTA Chicks.
No. Okay. Well, there we go. And yeah, it's when it's on an antenna, not a dummy load, it's really blowing the. Oh, you know what? You didn't even see it on. Look at the front end of my 7610. Ready? Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like an FM signal to me.
In fact, we're gonna lower the RF a little bit here.
Wow, that is wide.
I don't hear any of those signals.
That's
it's drowned out by the people CQing on my end here, but I'm just looking at the stream.
I did not know they had a channel because when I asked
it's all CQs on top of me, so I know nobody's trying to call me back. All right, well there you go. We did a thing. Sorry.
You transmitted RF. I call it a success, Josh.
I need this. And
Is that the step IR?
Yes, I'm back now. What's that?
Was that the step IR?
Yeah, that was on the step IR.
Okay.
Did anybody actually copy me? Because I don't even think the reverse beacon got me.
No, I got an S9 plus 20 over here on 7030.
Yeah, I'm probably I'm not even showing up on the reverse beacon. By the way, if we mention these, we throw these terms around. Reverse beacon is literally a network of radio stations that are listening, and if they hear CQ or test and a call sign, they'll plot you, and all you got to do is put in your call sign there, and they'll pull you up. Also, I'm not the greatest on straight key, and that's definitely what that was. I will have to say, this palm straight key is cool as hell. You just like come down on it, so like you just kind of slap down on it and it works. You have to hold the back a little bit, but you can just use one finger. It's really fun, actually. That's really fun. All right, going back to giving.
I just set the rig on top of the key for counterweight. It'd be perfect.
There you go. All right, we are going to go straight to WSJTX now. What else is going on with everybody? Seriously, okay, let's go back. First timers, people with any ham radio question, come forward, because if you don't ask your questions, it's not getting answered. We want to hear you.
Question.
Can we go with
Sorry. Question.
Go ahead, Tim.
What do you have to do to get on? How many subscribers does your channel need to be recognized as a YouTuber?
You really just gotta let me know. That usually there's a call out like, hey, we got any YouTubers, or you if you come back a couple of times and we acknowledge you, like you're a YouTuber.
Oh, okay. Because my Radio Brotherhood channel is heading on 100.
Good for you, man.
And well, I was talking about those ham chicks. I did a video on their activation on Christmas Eve. And when I talked to them before I posted anything, and they actually sent me some pictures. They didn't tell me they had their own channel. They were all thankful for me doing a video on them. I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I got the link, so I take a look at it. Anyway, thanks, guys. Radio Brotherhood.
Yeah, feel free to drop a link to your videos to people check them out. Yeah, man, go for it. Now, I mean, honestly, the Discord here is kind of like a group of friends that, we're here every weekend, and this is kind of like a repeater, but it's a repeater that's welcoming and welcome. Not all repeaters are not welcoming. I know that, but yeah, just keep coming out, saying hi, and when there's a call out for our YouTube friends, feel free to mention yourself. It's okay. I don't take any offense to people like, yeah, I make YouTube videos. Happy to give you a shout out. Happy to check out your stuff. In fact, let's pull up your channel.
Tim, I will say real quick, it took me about a month of reminding Josh before he got it in his brain that, there's Shrink 2.0 too.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm subscribed to you, man. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
No, KI5IRE. I'm subscribed to you, man. All right, let's go back to Chase. Yeah, it is Chase. That's right. Jesus Christ. See.
I finally got my PTT fixed.
So what's going on, man?
Nothing new. No new video this week. I filmed a new video this week. Started editing it, never finished it because I had to start prepping for this winter storm and work with that too, because I work in news. I think I might have mentioned that before, so it's been pretty busy with that. But yeah, other than that, nothing really new. Did finally secure my media credentials for Orlando Hamcation and got the flight booked finally super late. But yeah, it looks like I'm headed to my first Hamfest.
I don't know that I did that. Did I sign up for media at Hamcation? I should probably do that.
He was printing them yesterday.
Oh, crap. Media.
There's an email. You need to send it to Josh.
Do you want me to send you his email real quick?
Nah, I got it.
Josh, we're driving together. You can just come in with me.
Are we driving
Just
together?
sneak him in the trunk of your car.
Well, we're rooming together. I would suspect we're driving together.
Yeah, this guy I'm with has a rather small channel. You might have heard of him before.
Yeah, I decided not to
I'm at your
drive.
mercy.
Oh. All right.
Two queens, right?
Two.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
Somebody's going to be spooning that weekend.
No, that was the joke from last year. What did I?
I still regret missing that night,
dude.
I know, like it sounded epic.
It was. Until it wasn't.
Dude, it was.
Oh, I've Mike, I felt so bad for you, dude.
Such is life. But I got to go back to the room and hang out with Josh.
If you email Bob Nocero, something like that, he's the one that's doing the media credentials this year.
I'm just gonna throw it at media at Hamvention and see what happens.
But yeah, I got that done this week and got all that figured out. And yeah, headed to my first Hamfest. Had to go drop a bunch of money on some gear to vlog that thing. Bought me a new wireless lav.
There you go. What'd you get?
I ended up getting the Rode Wireless Go 2.
Right on. That's what Mike uses. Or I think so. Still? Do you still use them?
Negative. No, I'm using the DJI.
Oh, you are?
I thought about doing the DJI, but I don't know. I like the Rode stuff. I've used Rode forever.
I've had nothing but problems with everything Rode, so I switched to the DJI, and I've been very happy.
I hope that's not the case. Hopefully I don't regret it.
They make some pretty good, decent, ready-to-go USB mics, too, so...
Yeah, I think that's what all my reporters use at work is the USB ones.
NT USB?
Yeah. For their audio tracks and stuff.
Yeah, they're not too expensive either, so...
But yep, got all that squared away, so super excited. Hopefully I'll get to see some of the other YouTubers out there.
UNAYO coming in like a firebolt. Oh, negative 21. That's
No, not really.
It's a
And that
sparkle.
was
It's like
that was several minutes ago.
You're like a sparkler, really? You're coming in like a sparkler from an ice cream man that sells illegal fireworks. That's how loud you're coming in.
Hey, Josh, where'd you get that G5 from?
I bought it from Ray's Pager. I follow the rule of if it comes to Motorola or anything that slightly ventures into whacker territory, I talked to one Shane, KI6QFI. That's the guy I go to. Is he in the chat yet? He's not here today.
Is it a multi-band model or just a single band?
G5s are all dual band.
Yeah.
Which one did you get, the UHF or the VHF?
UHF and 800, 900.
Yeah, I love my G4. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, so G4, G5 are the same, got the same features. The only difference is it's G4 is mono band and G5 is dual band. That's it.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, I sell those at work, so very familiar. In fact, we still sell the G1s.
Oh, the G1s. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is very much one of those items where I'm like, this is not ham radio gear. Anyway, are you still trying to contact me?
I've been transmitting the whole time, dude.
What's
no copy on you.
Okay, hold on.
You're at 1900, right?
Yeah. Hold on. So this is one of those items where I'm kind of like, it's not for most people. It's just not. It's a pager is for first responders. That's what it's for. I'm using it to be a cheeky boy, and I'm treating it like a scanner, which it's not really a scanner. It's really not. If you want a scanner, go get an STS 100. Go get an STS 200. Preferably an STS 200 is a really good scanner. But yeah, the pagers will scan, but they're probably not scanning in the way you think if you have to do conventional analog frequencies. You don't want a pager. They're better for trunked or P25 systems.
And keep in mind, you can only scan one trunk system at a time on the unications as well.
Yeah.
Yep, one band. That's I actually returned my G5 because of that. I actually ended up getting an SDS. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's. I mean, they're really nicely built, and they seem to last a very long time on a single charge too.
I think mine lasts about usually 9 hours or so. I used them for when I did overnights at work shooting news, and they would last the whole shift. Both of mine would.
Mm-hmm.
Mine lasts for days, but somebody said it's the amount of pages that you get during the day, and I guess around here, even though I've got basically the entire city programmed in, um, it's not enough that it discharges it in a day.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I did forget to mention. Congratulations to my buddy Jim KJ5 CTS for getting his general. I think he mentioned that in the main video or the main live stream tonight.
Nice. Congratulations, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, there was somebody named Daniel also that said the same thing and said he just actually got off the HRCC VE session where he passed his general.
Oh, that's super cool. Congratulations. All right, Mike, I think I got myself sorted out. Let me know if you can hear me or not. Probably in 15 seconds.
Yeah, I just finished my TX. I see you copying me just fine. I'm running 600 watts.
Do you hear me, though?
Nope, I haven't copied a single thing from you yet.
Oh, so that's what I'm waiting for.
600.
Question?
Come on, Mike.
I do have someone right on your frequency. K9FLO is right at 1900 hertz.
Okay, let me move then. That's probably why we're
for 1650 would be pretty clear.
Okay.
Go wide, Mike.
Question, go ahead. There's somebody in there with a question. Go for it. I can't hear you. Andrew, was that you with the question? We lost you, bud. I don't hear you. Am I being heard?
Yes.
Yeah,
he disconnected.
No.
Okay.
Yep. 5'9".
I think he's having network issues or something.
Yeah.
I wish Discord would have like a view where you could have every participant all on the screen, so you could see who's lighting up and just click on them and see who they are.
Well, you can. You can look on the little left-hand side and you can
Not
see
on
a
mobile.
green circle.
Not on mobile. It'd be nice if it just had a dot or an icon for each of them.
And I wish that they would prevent mobile from. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
I don't know why they don't have that on mobile at all. It drives me insane. Discord on mobile is toxic.
I think Don just said get off his lawn.
Yeah.
And even then, if you're on a big enough call on desktop, you still have to scroll. Which, I mean, at that point, it's a lot of people. But it'd be nice if they could scale the icons. Like they'd have a certain view that did that.
That would be very nice.
Isn't there something where basically if you minimize it, it shows your avatar on like the right hand corner when whoever's talking?
Well, or it would go like it does on Zoom, where it does the across the top, and then in rows rather than one big column.
Right.
All right. Was there somebody else in there with a question? Let's take it.
Hey Josh, I'm gonna let the watchdog run out here. It's got about a minute and a half left, but I haven't copied anything from you yet. I see you're copying me, which is weird.
And I got you to negative 13, but you're at 600 watts, and I'm only putting out 100 right now. So
yeah, that's probably it right there.
Yeah. Also, your antenna sucks for receiving. That's also what it is.
Yep, I'm running a vertical in a snowstorm right now. That's blowing in literally from 0 to 90 degrees right now.
Yeah, big old
I finally just saw an N8YO trying to hit you. I can't see
big old
either of you.
crocodile. You big old crocodile.
Yep.
Hey, Josh, you do anything with your 905 yet?
I don't have a 905. Everybody thinks I own a 905. I said I had to send that back to ICOM. No, I mean, so, man, I am so on the fence of getting a 905, and it's not because like I don't like it. I think it's cool tech. I did the videos on it. I think it's cool, and yeah, ICOM definitely sent it to me to do a review on it and take it up to Crestline, to some smart people to take a look at it. The problem is that like when I think about that aspect of radio, I have to have a community that does that radio. And I got to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of a lone wolf when it comes to radio stuff. Like, I like to do HF, I like to do POTA. I don't have to have like a close-knit community, like a repeater or like super high frequency to all come together to make something happen. I can just like randomly talk to people. I like that. I like the making the contacts and then moving on. When you want to do super high frequency or microwave stuff, particularly above 800 megahertz, you're getting into the realm of like, I got to plan this. It has to be a part of a plan. And then you go, okay, no problem. You start looking at, there's all kinds of times of the year where you could do SOTA activations on high frequency. Like, that stuff exists. But that's like, I'm gonna spend possibly $3,000 on a radio system that I only drag out and use like a couple of times a year. That scares me a little bit. Like, that's like, oh, I just don't know I just don't know how to get the most out of this. You know what I mean?
Comment.
For me, it's the price doesn't make a lot of sense for me, just because they have the 9700, which is like a half the price. I think,
but
right?
But the 9700 tops out at like 1.2 gigahertz, and the 905 goes way beyond that. Way beyond.
Comments.
Oh, Mike.
No.
Go ahead, Mike.
Do I have the floor? No. So obviously, if you're new in the hobby, I would not recommend getting a 905. Like Josh just said, it's a very niche community to get in a microwave. It's a challenge, and there is a community, and people will set up schedules. People will travel to rare grid squares and set up with. I mean, I went to the forum at Dayton this year for the microwavers, and they were talking about everybody has done 23 gigahertz, but how many of you are doing 72 gigahertz? I've never done above 900 in my life, and I'm at 500 grid squares on 6. I'm still just getting into it, but literally all of them they already got DXCC years and years ago. The most VHF hardcore people I know have over 300 already. Some of them are on the honor roll. It's the next challenge. Like, that's later on in your ham career. If you're early, don't even think about the 905. Just play HF, dude. Just have fun.
Yeah, we had a guy that came to our club meeting from the North Texas Microwave Society, and basically that's all they do. They're a group of people that's what they do. They have equipment that is years and years old. And I mentioned in the thing, I said, "Well, have you ever considered a 905?" And he said, "A what?" He'd never even heard of it. So, he literally runs the club out here in North Texas, and he'd never even heard of it.
Well,
and what he said was he wasn't even going to bother because he's got all this equipment that he's been maintaining and building himself for years. He doesn't see any reason to buy an appliance, basically.
As he should, because you got to worry about when you start dealing with transverters for microwave, you got to really be concerned with accuracy of your oscillator, because once you get up to 10 gigahertz, 20 gigahertz, whatever you're operating at, that error is huge, especially when you're operating. And most of these guys are doing Q65 or FT8. FT8 actually is kind of rare. Most of them are doing Q65 nowadays for the microwave stuff, and that has a little bit more frequency tolerance, but it's still like a couple hundred hertz, and you got to have a tight crystal for that.
Well, what he does is he does moon bounce, and one of the reasons he does it is because he can send his signal up and then wait a few seconds and hear what he sounds like when it comes back.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
I have copied EME. I have not yet copied my own signal.
Somebody did it on POTA. Oh gosh, Joseph, I think.
Joseph did it.
Yeah,
He did it on
Joseph
430. He had a single 17 element 440 Yagi.
So just a shout out to one N8YO. Can't make a contact with you, but I'm currently working a guy in France right now. So
I'm in the skip zone.
yeah. 40's a little long right now.
It's been kind of that net last night was kind of weird.
Right. It was hard.
There's a very interesting question over on YouTube from the Hot Sauce 142.
Ooh, the Hot Sauce 142.
Yeah, he says, just installed on mobile. When checking SWR, do you perform the test on low power or low, medium, and high? And lastly, Josh, who would win in an arm wrestling between you and Mike Glover?
Oh, Mike Glover would kill me. He'd rip my arm off and then use the arm that he stole from me to beat me on my other arm. Who would think that me is gonna beat the guy that's in the special forces?
I would go with like who has a better beard.
At no time has anyone ever seen me be like, I am a dude of physical power. Like I've never presented myself as that, and they're like, well,
we must now,
Josh, you've got the Ukrainian power, Josh.
No, you're the man. You could do it.
Yeah, right. That guy would kill me. Oh man, that's
just bring
funny.
some iocane powder, dude. Battle of wits.
Yeah. I'm not Sicilian though, so I don't think I could win. Oh my god, I could close the deal with the French guy. Ay. Bummer.
But to go back to the question, what power mode would you use to test SWR? Just low power or low, medium, and high?
I'd probably start at low, but to be honest with you, okay, let me put it this way. When you ask me, like, textbook way you should test your SWR, I would say, like, yeah, probably low and then work your way up. But how many times have I actually done that? Never. I just give it the beans, like, every time and then just adjust appropriately. Most mobile radios and HTs are totally fine with taking a bit of abuse. So you're fine. Don't worry about it that much. Like, obviously don't sit there and dead key it for 5 minutes, but like if you're just testing it, it's just you tap, things don't get too hot, you're good.
Most modern radios will back off anyway.
Yeah, you're good. Like even if you get it too much, like too much juice, they're just gonna be like, well, you're obviously not in control of the situation right now, so we're just gonna roll this back a little bit for you for the power. No big deal.
Also, one thing that it took me actually a pretty long time to figure this one out, but the main thing that you want to worry about with SWR isn't so much how much of my signal is getting out. I want to get every last milliwatt out, right? It's how much can your rig take. And again, like Josh said, every modern rig throttles back. If you have an high SWR, it's going to throttle back the power because if you have too much power reflected back, you can damage your finals.
Yeah, so what's kind of an interesting thing is that if you were rocking HF in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you had an HF rig of that time, and you were doing something like PSK 31, you'd probably be running that thing at 75% power, 50% power, that kind of thing. With like when the 7300s came out, everybody went like, what if I just did 100 watts all the time and just did that? And that's what a lot of us do. I mean, you can see that's my 7610 there. And that lower left corner, there's two boxes, and one of them says temp. And I've never, ever gotten the temperature up on that thing, ever. Even peak summer, I've never brought it up on the 7610. So.
Be careful, though, if you have a 7300. Just saying, personal experience, I was able to blow the finals on mine.
How?
With a good 8-hour FT8 session.
Into what antenna?
MFJ multi-band, but my SWR was low. Really low.
It was low? Then how'd you blow it?
It died. I don't know.
50% duty cycle at 100% power.
Yeah,
I've
done
that for contests. I've done that.
Did it just die or did it degrade?
No, it just no magic smoke, but it just stopped all of a sudden. putting
Yeah,
up
so
I mean,
finals.
there are
your
going to be.
finals gave up. Your
There
finals
are
gave
going to
up
be
the
there are
best.
going to be lemon chips. Lemon transistors.
Probably.
Hey,
Yeah.
They can just fail eventually. So.
And they do.
I mean, mine was within the year, so I mean, it's on its way to ICOM right now, and hopefully they'll give me like at least some like technical explanation as to what went wrong. But like the receiver worked just fine. It could receive anything.
They're gonna be like, "You got a bad one." What can I say?
Yeah, I mean it's your finals. Your receiver's still working even after that happened. Like that it's your finals, 100%. That's what they're gonna tell you.
No, it's just Aiden.
I gotta run to the little boys' room. So is there anybody in there with a question? Let's get it going, and then I'll hop off for a second and be right back. Anybody with a question?
But on that note,
yeah,
you think it's safe to run a 705 like that at 10 watts?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Because
I just got an amp for
705
mine.
isn't under warranty, so
I just got an amp for mine. In fact, it's behind me. I got to put the Andersons on it. I'm thinking about taking it out to Provo. I haven't decided yet.
Did you get a micro PA or something?
I did. I got a PA 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the
I got one
plus
too
or the
for mine.
50?
I don't. What's the plus? What is that?
The
the
plus
new
they
firmware.
fixed they also fixed the SWR bridge. It was
They
reading
changed the
too high.
bridge. Yeah, but they also updated the firmware, and the firmware also includes fixes for the
When did they
SWR
When did
bridge
they update
problem.
it? I bought it on eBay like a month ago.
It's its own model.
Oh.
It's
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
labeled plus.
Okay.
There's a way to fix it though. You just add a resistor or whatever,
Oh,
because it's not actually correctly reading the SWR.
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah, but the guy that builds them over in China said that putting that resistor on is not a good fix. But and I personally, I've never had a problem with it. Just lower your power just a little bit so that it doesn't hit 50, and you never have the problem.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's for QRP, so I'm running it off of a QRP radio. So if I get more than like 30 watts out of it, I'm a happy camper. I can do anything in the field. Like if I'm in the field with a good antenna, I can do whatever I want with 30 watts.
Yeah,
I've managed to push when I turn the limiter off. I've pushed like well over 60 watts out of it, just for a little bit. But
All right.
What band?
Yeah, the MXP50, Josh.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up in
Micro
when I get back.
50.
I'll
the
pull it up when I get
micro.
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Sorry.
Ape's got one. I've got one.
Yeah. I know what you're. I thought you said MX. I didn't hear the micro part. To the guy that blew up his finals on the 7300, I'm going to take it, Josh. To the guy that blew up the finals on the 7300, there's a reason that I don't run full power on digital modes. Generally, I run 69% power because 69.
Haha, funny, yes.
But even if I'm doing, and you'll hear different opinions on this, just like everything else in ham radio. The only time I ever really run 100 watts, sideband I'll do 100 watts, but on digital, 69% power on an ICOM, just because it's in percentages. Unless I like really am trying to work that VK station or whatever, that rare station, I'll bump it up to 100%. But usually, and a lot of times, even when I'm doing sideband for POTA, I'll set my 891 for 90 watts just to take it easy on the finals, because there's zero difference between 90 and 100, and there's really almost zero difference, not really, but between 69 watts and 100 watts, you know what I mean? So very rarely do I run my radios full bore. Now, should they be able to handle it? Yes. 8 hours of FT8 at 100 watts, you might be asking for some. FT8 didn't exist when the 7300 was designed. I think FT8 came about 2 years after the 7300 hit the market. So they didn't plan for that.
Yeah.
The
one
Nuggets
thing,
episode, the Nuggets episode last week, Mike. We did that with power 5 watts and almost 100 watts, and taking sampling from people all around the country, and it didn't really get much better.
That was a really fun experiment. There's a lot of variables in that, though, on the stream. So, in terms of like scientific method and all, and that's the thing with using the scientific method in ham radio. Well, the variable is always going to be the bands are changing, and you can't control that. But with running power and just like not trying to destroy your radio, and I'm really good at destroying things. I just never, very, very rarely do I run my radios at 100% power because it really doesn't matter. And having a resonant antenna or something to make your radio think that it's resonant, like an antenna tuner, is fine. But yeah, 8 hours of FT8 is your radio's not happy probably.
It just, it really caught me off guard because I come from a commercial radio area, and
you expect
those
them to
radios.
You push them.
Those
to the
radios
limit.
get abused.
Yeah,
like
beat the crap out of them.
And they just work.
Yeah,
but
this is not Motorola.
On the 7300, I believe that the temperature sensor is incorrect. I think it's installed somewhere that it doesn't actually do much, because the entire time I was doing that, I did not see that thing budge.
I budged it. I budged it.
Yeah,
I've got it.
The fans kick on too.
Yeah,
I've seen it budge too, but it doesn't match what I see like on the Flex when I'm running the Flex. The Flex will tell me.
Here we go.
It just seems it's more granular, and I've seen the Flex up to around 55, 60 degrees C, and when it gets up that high, I shut it down, even though it'll go a lot higher than that, just because I don't. So I'll run it until I get about 50 or 60 degrees C, and then I'll back it off.
For $5,000, it better be able to tell you all that stuff.
Well, yeah, it does.
I have a solution.
Mm-hmm.
On my 72
outside right now while it's cold for the world.
Oh no,
Yeah, true.
Right.
I just set it outside. I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, I run a 7300 on. That's all I use it for is digital, and I run it at 22 or 23 watts into an ALS 600 that gives me 100.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to teach my son on the finer points of live streaming where you don't just randomly talk while people are talking. Sorry about that.
Loud noises.
But I do now have an amplifier. It is an older. It's like the first Yaesu linear. I say not linear. Solid state to have copper heat pipes in it. It's old, and it's got one of those antenna tuners that goes kerclunk, kerclunk, kerclunk. It's not very fast, but supposedly you can get up to 1,000 out of it. It's only rated for 800, and all you need is 40 watts to drive it.
What's the model number?
You mean an FL 7000?
Yes, yeah, FL 7000.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
see,
okay, those are good.
ALS for digital. It'll run about 300, and I never run it more than 100. But it really makes it easy on the radio. The radio's, God, barely. I've run it like field day and ran it for more than 8 hours, and never saw anything. But I also have a 9700, and when you look at that heat scale on the 97, though it is VHF UHF, that thing climbs really quickly.
That doesn't the 9700 pull a lot on receive, like a lot more than the 7300.
No, they're both 100-watt radios.
No, I mean just on receive.
Like at idle.
I never measured it. I mean, they're both base station set up, but that one I don't get on real long QSOs especially because if it's FM, that thing starts to cook. You could just watch that scale start moving up if you start talking rag chewing on FM.
All right, so I switched to FT4 for a second because somebody asked me to see if we can make a Cuse over there. So, question: I have a question for my son, but then he also wants to ask his own question. Aiden, why is your avatar a cat? That is what my son is asking.
Why is it a cat?
Because it's funny. It's a goofy cat.
It's a goofy cat.
Reminds me of my cat from home.
Oh.
Cats don't care.
Yeah. Okay, what's your question, Edison?
That's my question.
What?
Why was his thing cat?
Well, that was it, because it's a funny cat.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask.
That's it. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question about your 7610 that you're running right now.
Yes, sir.
Like on mine, when I run it on digital, I have it in, USB digital, and you run yours in USB. Makes no difference.
Oh, I didn't even notice I wasn't doing it in digital. Normally it is in data.
Well, I noticed that last week that it wasn't in data, and I was just curious. It must not make a difference.
It changes which. So, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in the settings, there are basically two paths you can set for audio. One is for mod data, and one is for mod. So, if you switch over to data, it'll use whatever input you pick for data.
I gotcha.
In
I don't
short,
use mine on digitals, but
if
I
you
have
put
a
it into data mode, it also will change your AGC setting generally. But yeah.
Is that coffee?
Yeah, mine doesn't set the AGC, but digital modes are in upper sideband, so you don't have to be in a digital mode. The digital mode will also generally, to use Josh's word, open the bandwidth. If he didn't say that.
Oh yeah, it does change the filter.
You can use USB
yeah.
or digital. Doesn't really it doesn't really matter because they're both the same thing.
Why is your voice so loud?
Don't stop.
And Josh, did you see Adam's Cage 1 clone?
I did. So I actually kind of want to ask him about this. So, Adam, you were not happy with this radio when you first got it. Are you still not happy? But it has capacitive touch now?
Oh yeah, it's still a total piece of crap.
Okay. but now it's a piece of crap with capacitive touch.
Yes, because I figured why not.
So that's the board. Wow, so that's the work you did to make a capacitive touch?
Yeah. I had a bunch of those boards manufactured. I've got a stack of them here. I'll probably sell some of them. I have a dozen, maybe half a dozen or a dozen out to people to tinker with and make sure there's no issues with them. And then I wanted to test one as well in a radio. So I was like, what can I cram one in? And I said, I'll put one in this little tiny little thing.
Listen, you're driving me nuts.
And it works. I mean, it's just as bad of a radio as it was before. I still need to find some. Those are M2 screws that poke out the bottom there. They're tiny little things. So I need to find some kind of cap nut to put on those to give them a nice, little touch surface that's not just their threaded screw shaft sticking out.
Hey Josh, I'm trying to work you right now, and somebody's on top of you at 2100. If you can go to 1900, I'll copy you clear.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Patty, that thing is blocking me.
You're being too pissy about being in the shot. There, look, that's the full shot. There you go. You're right there. Look, you're literally under the microphone. You're fine. You're driving me and everybody watching nuts. You're gonna get kicked out. WI0O is like, N8YO's not responding. WI0O wants to make a contact.
I just saw you on FT4, Josh.
You just saw me?
Yeah, there you are. Yeah. Hang on. Click on him. Watch this.
Okay, so I just
Watch
called
this,
CQ again.
Baroness.
WQ9F is now working me. He's got a -14, so that's totally workable.
Oh, come on. He's just on the other side of the lake. He
I'm gonna
can't
splatter
beat
him.
me.
Oh,
And-
KMRD has he's workable.
Hey?
As
NAYO,
long-
they're both NAYO and KMRD have the same signal report, -19.
I'm gonna switch frequencies. I think I was
And-
stepping on someone.
And
I'll take
WQ9F
chance.
is another YouTuber, right?
Yeah, WQ9F is that?
I
Yeah,
just,
dude
I
in,
just, I just
Chicago?
Josh, I just copied your RR73 to WQ9F.
Okay, all right.
Come on, Kevin.
He nailed it. He literally
Mhm.
it went. He called me. He gave me the signal report. Closed it out. Done.
Yep.
What can I say?
And he's in the same snowstorm Mike is.
He got it.
He's actually got it worse than I do. I'm
Well, then
annoyed
there
right
you
now.
go.
All right, I got Josh's report.
There
Here
he
we
got it. He got it. He got it.
Thank God.
Who is this? TL9ZDA. What is that? Central
TL.
African Republic? Everybody stop. What? Stop talking. We got to make this one. That's crazy.
Josh, it's logged. Go ahead.
You're making me jealous that I'm not near my computer right now. Well, not near my radio computer right now.
Oh my gosh. No, come back. RR73. I'm sending it to you. Come on, let's go.
Become near your radio computer.
Every time I get one of those, they tell me it's garbage in the signal, and it's not a real call sign.
Belgium called me right after I finished with you, Josh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the band is really long,
Yes, it is.
and yeah, I mean
Belgium complete.
on 12, I mean I have been getting Europe calling me right and left, and I'm putting out what 40 watts with the Hermes light.
All right.
Don, I like your character.
Your avatar?
Yeah, I like your avatar.
It's like a robo-dog.
Yeah.
It's a
It's like a
squirrel
squirrel.
yelling
Oh,
into
it's
the mic.
It's like
Yeah,
a squirrel.
T440 meters is on fire. I'm fixing to start calling. I see Romania, Germany, Dodecanese, Netherlands, Canary Islands. I saw Josh.
The Canary
I saw Mike.
Islands? The
Canary, whatever you want to call them. Now
Uh,
somehow
we-
freaking
we have-
Josh.
Don't worry, Josh. We have a cannery in the cave.
Yeah. I'm
Just,
replying
you,
to
okay,
anyone
Josh,
else.
hang on
Arcade
a
MRD.
second, Josh.
Yes.
You got no grounds to correct me on how I pronounce something, okay?
Whoa, what did I do?
Hunsville?
Oh, yeah. No, that's what you call it.
Yeah.
World
Okay.
Center of Food Preservation.
To be fair,
To
it
be
is
fair.
to be fair, it is full of Huns.
You got
No, I
me
got
at-
Josh with 69% power.
You got I'm at a -1 to you? Nice.
I have another question.
Yeah. And you're -2 to me or something.
Who's
Where are you?
he?
No, you're I don't know. Who cares?
I hear
now
you
I'm
at
working
-21.
Belgium.
I saw somebody talk on
Now,
the chat.
but by the way, I talked to Ben on the radio. Does Ben know that?
Ben knows that. Yep. Okay.
Can I have a radio?
Can you have a radio? Yeah. When you get your license, you can have all the radios you want. potentially.
And
License?
No.
Yeah.
He was with
Get-
me.
Ben,
and he
get your
operated
license.
with me.
How do I get my license?
You start.
Your
taking the
dad
practice
will
exams.
spoil you if you get your license.
Oh
Do
yeah,
it.
the first one that
Yes.
does it is gonna be like game on.
Yup. Yup.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen?
You
That-
get a
that-
lot of
which one it will
radios.
be.
You get a lot of-
That won't be a favorite, will it?
Hey, I've got a talk pod for him.
Oh yeah.
That's actually a brilliant strategy as a parent. Because once they're in it, then whenever you buy gear, honey, I'm supporting our son.
Well, I mean, Josh's wife is already a ham.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
can give him.
Josh
she can
has
give
a
Ben that fancy HT she's got.
But do you understand? Like her, she was like, "Oh, I get to have whatever radio I want." She uses the ID52. That's her favorite radio.
Mhm,
She
yeah.
loves that radio.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There's somebody on the chat that his name was P.
Pete.
P. Just
Mm.
P.
Just
Oh,
P.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah, in uppercase
Oh.
P, and it was a cat avatar.
It is a cat right there.
Where's P?
I don't know.
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Where
son
is he?
likes cats.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's just hanging out.
Huh?
I don't generally use FT4, Sean. Okay, so I'm out there calling CQ. I think I got a couple FT4 contacts. But
Did you get the?
I'm cleaning up on FT4 right now.
Did you get the
Yeah, I'm crushing it.
African station?
No, I think that might have been garbage. I don't know.
Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. So, you want to see what that does?
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, it doesn't do it. Stop.
There's no it's 9 o'clock.
I know you gotta go. Did you take a bath yet?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Don't lie to me.
I was joking. What if I was joking?
I think you're lying.
I was joking.
All right. Well, I don't know where it's at. Anyway,
Sorry
that's
about
not working. So what was that? N1ZZT. That's a wild call sign. American, but still. So there's a thing we're doing on the podcast, and I think I'm going to mention it just so it spills over to the after chat a little bit. We've created something called the Ham Radio Crash Course Movie Club, and it's largely only disaster and preparedness movies. The first movie was Leave the World Behind, which is what we talked about here. We talked about that on the after chat. Then we did The Day After Tomorrow, which was a weather, disaster movie. Last week was The Book of Eli, and this week is 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is a very good, also kind of wild disaster movie. Sit down. You're so crazy. Why are you moving around so much? So there's a poll that is on the podcast where you can add to it if you have a disaster movie recommendation and vote for other ones. And we're literally going from the highest ranked movies down, and we review them on the after chat. I'm sorry, not on this after chat, but sorry, on the podcast is where we review them.
You should have started it from the worst to the best, because then you actually have expectations that build up.
Well, no, because what happens with with doing it this way is as people, so they'll vote for what they think is the best one, and then we watch it, and then the votes move, and you see them change, and so the next one will bump up, and then the next one will bump up. So it's always a fight to be who will be the next highest rated video, if you will. It's actually
I sure hope Mandy ain't gonna be on that list.
I actually
Mandy's not on
thought
the
that
list.
he was going from bottom to top because The Core is a horrible movie that I actually love.
The Core
Hey, Josh,
is
you
a
have a
horrible movie
question.
that I love.
It's the whales.
I have a question.
I need Hot Pockets and Star Trek tapes.
Josh, you have a good question on YouTube.
What is the question?
What is the best text-based radio format? Text over radio seems like the future simply because most people are afraid of public speaking, but very comfortable with text.
There's no like text message on your phone type thing other than maybe APRS messaging, but that's all line of sight. At most, the best version of like keyboard to keyboard chat type stuff is going to be either VAR AC, which is a one-to-one communicate. Stop. A one-to-one communication, or it's going to be JS8 call. JS8 call is probably the best because it's everybody that can hear you will hear your message, and that's going to be the most valuable most of the time. All right, you're done, buddy. You're done. No, go inside. We're done. No. Come on, get up. You're done. Sorry. Soon, but if you were here to make me get done, then that's not going to work. Go inside.
You supposed to
Go. No. Hang out with your family. Okay, I'll wrap things up and hang out with the family.
I like that young man.
He's unhinged, man. He doesn't stop. He never stops.
Question.
Hopefully, Leah didn't.
Recommendation for you, Josh?
Go ahead, recommendation, then we'll go back to it
It's
for a little.
Mike here.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah, man.
If you look on YouTube, if you really want a dire, dim film that will make you question your reality, there's a film called Freds, which was a thing made by the BBC and an Australian company.
I think I've seen it.
About a nuclear holocaust in England.
I have seen
and
it.
It's set in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely dire.
Yeah.
And the BBC showed it once and then banned it immediately.
Yep.
So they said it would be too depressing. So yeah, and there's another one. There's a cartoon similar to it. The day the wind blows or something. But yeah, that was one that's actually, the secret bunker in England that everybody don't know about.
What's it called again? Freds, like the name Freds?
Freds. Yeah, like the threads of like sewing threads.
Oh, threads. That's it. Threads.
Yeah, threads. So it's if you ever want to see an absolutely pretty right on depiction of what may happen if the button if somebody be stupid, that's a good one.
How much different does it? How much different does it look like what Birmingham looks like now?
It's pretty right on. It's set in Sheffield, so
Yeah,
it's set in Sheffield. So actually, if you go there now, it looks the same. No, I'm only kidding.
Watch this movie if you want to see what Birmingham looks like.
It's set in Sheffield, so
I've seen it. It is jarring. It is serious.
It's very scary. It's very scary for obvious reasons. But yeah, have you heard of the secret bunker that is also where one of the big SDRs in the UK is? They show it there permanently. Which is actually what that bunker was made for. So,
hang on.
So yeah, if you look it up, the secret bunker, it's an XRAF listing post. So yeah, it's a museum now, and you can go and see all the old equipment and stuff. It's amazing.
Has Ringway Manchester made a video on it yet? I'm sure he has. Right?
I don't think he has. Actually,
no way. Should I make a video on it just to like scoop him on it?
I don't know. You could. It's got they've got a pretty big selection of videos on there anyway. So
yeah. Let's see. Somebody's asking. This is a very good question. So, okay. Well, two things I got to mention. The first, where is it?
Yeah, don't do video in the live chat.
No, I'm not. Winter Field Day. If there's anybody who is looking for a place for Winter Field Day and you're in the Southern California area, we're going to be at the Chino Hills State Park. Please contact me, like DM me on Discord if you'd be interested in camping. It's tent camping only. 2 weekends from now. Chino Hills State Park. Contact me. There are a couple of spots available. Just a couple. And it's largely just a bunch of people hanging out and playing radio. You're pretty much on your own for all your food, stuff like that. There's no coordination there. It's just a spot we're all getting together. We're going to have a ton of equipment. I'm bringing out the Buddy Hex. You name it. It's going to be a fun little setup. Mostly it's all club guys from the W6TRW club that has asked me to come out, which I'm totally down. And then Bill, K0WHW, is asking, what's the address for Orlando? And so, good question. This is a very good question because this gets very confusing. So if we go to Hamcation, this is a question of where we're all staying. And so if you go to Event Info, Hotel, and scroll down, we are at the Rosen Inn International 7600. Okay? That is where we're at. I should probably also double check my...
Josh, emphasis on the 7600 because there are, in fact, 7,600 Rosen hotels in Orlando.
And they're all on International.
And they're all on the same street.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. I believe I've already booked it because I was literally on the phone with Mike when I did it, but I'm being OCD.
Well, I texted you a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, is it booked?" And you said it was. So
yeah, I know I did, but
although actually, the movie Threads is probably more accurate to the city of Slough, England. Even just the name Slough, one of the most depressing cities in the UK.
Well, it's actually, I say, it's filmed in Sheffield. So
yeah.
Has anyone seen I heard Jonathan Davis from Korn talk about this movie in an interview. It's like Salo or Salo. It's supposed to be just a really graphic film, and I don't know much about it. I can't find it on any of the.
Well, Salo
Let's just say less than legal.
You talking about Silo?
No, Salo.
Oh,
Salo. It's like Salo.
Oh God!
And then there's something after that.
Or the 120 Days of Sodom.
Yeah. That's it, Don.
X-rated.
Yeah.
That's X-rated.
Is it?
Yes.
That's probably why I can't find it.
Oh, I pulled it right up, but I mean not the movie because it's very difficult to find because of the.
That's what I'm
rating of it.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But you can go to the internet and find X-rated stuff all day long. What's wrong with this movie?
BitTorrent, you can have that movie in about an hour.
I've tried all the torrents when Kodi was a thing on Raspberry Pis. Didn't come up.
I had a copy of it. I have to admit, I did have a copy of it at one time. But
Okay,
Hey guys,
take that offline with Don.
Do y'all mind if I interrupt real quick? Hosh Nass,
Please do.
Okay, Hosh Nassy, I have been following you on YouTube, on Twitch, on Discord. I recently just a few minutes ago, paid for your YouTube to join that.
Oh, thank you.
But what I want to know is, what is the best version for you? Should I be on YouTube? Should I pay you through Twitch? Should I pay you through Discord? What's the best version for you? What?
That's a really tough question. Well, I mean, it's not. It really is what's more convenient for you. I don't mind either way. Like Twitch is fine, YouTube's fine. If anything, like Patreon is probably the best because there's actually like tiers of different things. Like if you go subscribe to me on Patreon, everyone gets a newsletter. Nobody knows about the newsletter other than on the Patreon side, and I've been doing it for years now. There are different perks within Patreon that do not exist on YouTube. They don't exist on Twitter, anywhere else. So that's unique, I would say. Patreon's probably the best spot, I would say. If you'd be so
well, that's cool. That's what I'll do. I just
YouTube's good. It's just priced differently because really the only thing with YouTube is that you get like the videos faster. Like that's the big thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's all I wanted to know, dude. I also want to just say thank you for all your YouTube videos.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because it's definitely progressed me in my ham radio experience. Watching
that's awesome.
you. So thank you.
Well, thank you for watching, and thank you everybody for watching. But I mean, that might be a good point to say, like, hey, I got to wrap things up because we're past the hour, and we have created the HRCC Movie Club, and usually, if Leia's available, I try and drag her to make her watch the movie of the week. I have to say, okay, so last week we had a bit of a back and forth about the Killers of the Flower Moon. I watched it after the live stream. And there was some comments on it being woke and all that stuff. I got to tell you guys, okay, let me just ask this first. Does most people in this chat like the movies that Martin Scorsese makes or has made? Like, are you guys, you would say you're fans of them?
Yeah.
So yes.
Like, I can't think of a movie that he's made that I don't really like, right? Personally. Okay, I'm hearing nothing. So,
and what was the movie?
I'm trying to figure out a movie I like of it.
Yeah, me too. I don't.
That you like? Oh, you don't
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
movies?
Goodfellas, Casino, Wolf of Wall Street,
Gangs of New York.
Casino sucked.
Yeah.
Casino was great. You
Ooh,
know,
Shark
Casino,
Tale.
dude, Raging Bull was him.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, that was horrible.
You hated that?
Absolutely.
God, dude, that movie was made before I was born. You should love that one.
No, it's a stupid sports movie. It's a sports movie.
Okay,
period.
okay, fine.
It's
Fine,
not a
fine,
sports
fine.
movie, dude.
Yes.
Okay, boxing is sports. I get it. but like generally, Martin Scorsese is. I like Goodfellas, right? So okay, let me put The Departed. The Departed was fantastic. Nobody
Dude,
dislikes The Departed, right?
how could I forget that? I hate myself for forgetting that one.
The Departed is amazing. And by the way, that's a total ripoff of a movie called Infernal Affairs. It was a foreign movie. Very good too. If you ever ended up watching Infernal Affairs, really good. Okay, regardless, Martin Scorsese is really good about making movies about crime. People who like get involved in organized crime, and I don't mean like Italian mafia organized crime. Just people coming together to commit crime. The killings of the Flower Moon or on the Flower Moon, like that is organized crime. And it's historical, and it's really good. It's actually really good because you learn about a bit of history that is really undersold. Like my wife and I spent hours at the next day after we watched the movie just looking into the background of that whole thing, and it was shocking, like the information that's out there that most of us has never heard of any of this. And I think he did a great job. I think he did a good job in explaining the history that is largely, completely just wiped under the rug. Is there wokeness to it? I mean, like that got mentioned last week. And I think oftentimes a woke thing when it comes to fiction is pushing a narrative. In the case of something that's based off of a historical reality, then it can't really be woke. It's just depending on how hard they go into explaining the motives of why people did something. And the reality is that movie is based off of. So this is literally. Okay. I know I'm grandstanding a little bit here. I'll give you the preface of this. There was a group of Native Americans that got moved from place to place, and then when they ended up in one of their final reservation locations, they negotiated for the land rights. So good on them. They did a capitalist thing, and they said, hey, this is the last time you're moving us. We want to own the land. Let us own the land. And the government let them own the land. Well, it turned out that after they let them negotiate for land rights, they got oil like crazy. So there was a moment in time where this area was per capita some of the richest people ever, like in the United States. It is crazy, the historical realities of the Osage people that lived in this land. Like, it is insane. I highly recommend, if you guys are history buffs, particularly American history, you should watch this movie. It's very good.
Yeah, it's been on my list since it came out. I was working ridiculous hours when it came out.
Yeah,
October, I believe, a couple months ago.
It's super long.
It's 3.5 hours, but no, it's pretty much top of my list of movies to watch. I love everything Scorsese does. It also kind of reminds me, it gives me, at least from the trailers I've seen and the description of the movie, There Will Be Blood. You ever seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Is fantastic. It's the same time setting, the same general idea, just a different location, different take on it.
So There Will Be Blood is not Scorsese, right?
No, it's not.
So There Will Be Blood's tempo was way slower than this. This was a good. So
Scorsese, that's what I would expect. That's what I would expect with Scorsese.
Scorsese has a way better tempo where you can you can get hit with a 3-hour movie from him, and you don't feel like you were watching 3 hours. The only time in Goodfellas where I felt like it started running a little bit long was right before Hank got. When he was doing the helicopter and got to protect the sauce.
Don't shit on that part of the movie. I love that part.
But that's when it hit me, like the tempo change. The tempo change was right there to me. Like it
goes to the doctor in the morning.
Yeah,
everything. I love that part of the movie.
Yeah,
the paranoia set in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then it happens. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Anyway, I'm rambling on that because I think last week I hadn't watched it, and we were kind of just like, I was just trying to suss out what everybody's feelings were if they had watched it. And I have to say, now that I've watched it, it is freaking amazing. It's really good. It's one of his best movies. Straight up.
Yeah, he's it's funny, and that's hard to say because I'm looking at his IMDb right now, and I'm like, no one has said Taxi Driver. Like, that's a great freaking movie. Mean Streets, Goodfellas. Like, he's got a long list of great movies. It's hard to make that statement.
But you're talking this Flowers Moon movie right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it? Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on Apple?
Wherever you
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
on Apple TV. I
It used
watched
to
it
be
the
in
other
theaters
night.
only. It was in theaters
Oh,
just as
okay.
of a couple weeks ago. Now, keep in mind. Okay, let me make sure I say this. I can watch Goodfellas like anytime. Goodfellas is kind of like Tombstone. If I happen upon a channel and Tombstone's playing, then that's what I'm going to do for the next like 2 hours. I'm going to watch this movie because I really, really, really like this movie.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Killers of the Flower Moon is not a movie where I'm going to want to watch it all the time. It's not a feel-good movie, but that does not prevent it from being one of Martin Scorsese's best movies, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, I don't have to want to watch it all the time to say, like, this is one of the best things this person has done in movie making.
What do you think about Magnolia?
I've never seen Magnolia.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen
You
it. Should I watch it? Should I?
I watched a couple of your crap movies. Watch Magnolia.
Okay, I will.
And it's a good movie. It's legit like 3 hours long. But it's a good freaking movie. Like what you're saying, it's not a movie like Pulp Fiction I could put on every day. Spaceballs I could put on every day.
I couldn't put Pulp Fiction on every day. That's too much.
Maybe not Pulp Fiction, but like Spaceballs or that kind of movie, you know.
Okay.
Anyway, Magnolia is one of those movies that's just it's just brilliant.
Is it?
Brilliant.
Okay.
But it's long as hell. Tom Cruise is in it. That guy that died.
3 hours,
can't
8
name it.
minutes.
Yeah,
is it Philip
it's
Seymour
just-
Hoffman? Is he in
Philip
it?
Seymour Hoffman?
Yep.
He's in
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then okay,
Yeah.
I know.
Dude,
I haven't
it's-
seen it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Can
I
anyone
own it.
name-
I own it on DVD. Okay,
Really?
it's that
Okay.
good.
Anyone name a movie with Phil Seymour Hoffman that's not awesome? I can't. Every one I've ever seen him in, I love.
I do.
Twister
Really,
was his first, wasn't it?
I love Twister. I love Twister.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was bad.
Oh, okay,
Everybody
okay.
loves Twister.
Yeah, that was his first breakout one, and like that is. By the way, like Reed Timmer, like if you guys follow weather at all, like he has said that like Twister inspired Bill Paxton, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That movie inspired him to do what he does.
I have that on the. I'm gonna do a rush poll for disaster movie to get Twister ranked up on the HRCC movie list because my kids.
That
haven't
movie's
watched
all
it yet.
about radio.
I know, and so that's the other thing is I
love that
want the wild card like get the radio disaster movies pushed up, and it doesn't have to be like apocalypse disaster. It has to be like a disaster, and Twister's perfect for that. Perfect.
Cool thing about the movie Twister, my nephew Asher saw that movie when he was a little kid, and he is now forever into the weather. Like he was like 5 or 6 years old, and we're putting a weather station up in his room.
No way.
That's
super cool.
Yeah.
Does he know
He's
about
now
Skywarn?
super. Well, he's now. I think he just turned like 13 now, and they're in Detroit, and I'm in Texas, so I can't.
But you can send
easily
him stuff
teach
about
him that. But
Skywarn. You could.
I could.
The website.
I think he's more into trains now, model
Oh.
trains. Well, 'cause
Oh, you're
when
speaking my language.
Yeah,
when my uncle
I was gonna
died,
say that's ham tangent. That's ham.
yeah,
tangent.
when my uncle died, because
He
my
went
uncle
full
and I
Fulmer.
had a really nice train train set in my uncle's basement. So when he passed, we cut it apart and brought it to my brother's basement, and he's been playing with that since. But yeah, Asher was really into weather. I haven't talked to him about weather lately. I should do that. Yeah, Skywarn. What did you say, Josh? Is that what you said? Skywarn? Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just a radio group that like reports on weather. They teach you how to like read the clouds and how to like be the weatherman on the ground, basically. To
Yeah, he'd
report
probably
on
be all
weather
into
patterns.
that.
Oh yeah, Skywarn's great. Skywarn's
I
a great
actually
service.
did Skywarn way back when I was a newbie ham 30 years ago. I did the class, and we had the local meteorologist come out and everything. Like it was freaking awesome.
Mike, you know where Ferndale is?
Yeah.
All right. Drive over there tomorrow and teach him, because you're a lot closer than I am.
Yeah, I'm not driving anywhere tomorrow.
Hey, your uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Your uncle.
Oh,
told
yeah,
me
that.
Your uncle told me to come over here and tell you about clouds. All right, come on outside, kid. Let's go. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna blow some clouds at you, and I'm gonna tell you this is a cumulonimbus. This is a stratus. This is a. That's what you're gonna do.
my dad growing up, like he would say this all the time. He was a pilot, and I didn't even. It took me until I was like 15 to figure out that he was just making a joke. But he always called them cumulonymphos.
See what he did there.
Good.
Play on words.
Yup.
All right. With that, I'm going to head out because I'm going to go make my wife watch 10 Cloverfield Lane, which, by the way, if you're stepping into the Cloverfield world, you don't have to watch the movie Cloverfield before you watch 10 Cloverfield Lane. You just might be really confused by the ending of the movie.
Oh, that's the sequel, isn't it?
It's not a sequel. It's just part of the same universe.
Yeah. I've seen them both.
John Goodman is fantastic.
Fantastic movies.
Yeah,
Both
absolutely.
fantastic movies. I need to rewatch those.
You never quite know whether he's the good guy or the bad.
Over the line.
Yeah. So I'm going to go force her to watch this. It should be an interesting conversation for next week's podcast. So anyway, I hope you join us in that. So.
Liberty Gibbet.
Josh,
Isn't that what your
73,
son
man.
73, Josh.
Yep, 73.
All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great
Ow.
rest of your evening.
73, Josh.
Yeah.
Later. All right, so we're off of the Discord. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Sorry for, I guess, cutting out a little bit early, but we've generally been trying to aim for 9 o'clock for my end just because of family stuff. So also, my video's all screwy right there. That's way better. I feel much more square. Good. Anyway, 10 Cloverfield Lane. We're going to go watch it probably right now. But for everybody else, just have a great rest of your weekend. Reminder, there was something that came up. We got an email, or I got some feedback on stress in doing a POTA or stress in doing a soda. It's probably a good reminder that it's a good idea to go to the park down the street. If there's a field, an open area that you can set up your antenna, not a lot of pressure, but it's a different environment than your backyard or your front yard. You go to a park, got a tree, you throw the line over the tree. Test out your equipment. Just do it. It gives you a little bit of that feeling of I'm in public. People are looking at me. They don't know what the hell I'm up to. Go do that. Maybe take tomorrow and just go test out your antennas that you've been thinking about running for Parks on the Air before you go active. Do that, please. Go chase some POTAs. Chase some sodas. Just make some contacts with people out in the air. Call CQ a couple of times. See if anybody comes back. Please test your equipment. Always be testing. Always make sure that you got the right stuff. Feel comfortable in your equipment. And that will make you successful whenever you go do POTA and soda. I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Thanks, everybody, for watching and hanging out in the after chat. And enjoy the memes. 73. My song don't play no more. So that's just going to be me. Boop, 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 boop. 73, everybody. Take it easy.